start off with the basics. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Fiona and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in Southland in the little town of Matura. And on a Tuesday we get together and do some crafty fun. So it might be a technique with stamping or folding or all sorts of bits and pieces, and we just have a bit of fun. So Kim's out there, and Lynn, hello, Gayleen, hello, welcome, welcome. So we spoke on Sunday night. I know, I thought it was a bit early, Barbara. Shortland Street must be running late because my clock says 7:30. They do go over sometimes. So we spoke about stepper cards and how sometimes they can be a bit of a sod. So I've got some really simple ways of thinking about stepper cards. So I'm going to flip the camera over, and who don't know you. Thanks, Gigi. Sadly, there's probably some. We're going to turn the camera over and we're going to have some crafty fun. So just bear with me. I'm going to look at the roof for a second. Straighten up the old camera, and we're going to bring it into position. And we're going to push that button there. And hopefully you can see my trimmer. There's a bit of a delay, so just going to make sure. Oh, look at that. You can too. Move my iPad. Right. So you can see my handy dandy trimmer. These trimmers are the best. I mean, it's not often I go on about a certain product, but this particular trimmer has really made me happy over the last sort of year or so that I've owned it. Probably 2 years I've had it now. Just because of the increments in here, and of course this is the imperial arm. You can see it's got inches. We sell another one with centimeters down here, so when you're doing a certain project you can swap and change them. This is the scorer, and this is the cutter. The dark one is the cutter, and this is the scorer. I like to have mine at the top and cutter at the bottom, but other people have it the other way around. So we're going to start with your standard stepper card. So this sometimes is what throws people. You're going to need half an A4. So this is a standard A4. I'm going to cut it in half at 14.9. Okay, and then we're going to work with this piece here. Right, and I guess the easiest way to sort of work with a stepper card is you're literally working on two sides of the cardstock. One side is your main facing front, and the other side is where your steps are going to be. So once you've worked out how wide you would like either your steps to be or your main front panel, for me, I think I'm going to go with, shall I go with 3 inches? Yeah, I'm going to go with 3 inches, which is pretty much just over 7.5 centimeters. So what I do, for me personally, I just give it a light score. So it's just a light score. I might turn the light on so we can see a bit better. Hang on. Ah, that's better. So that I haven't creased it too much, but I can identify a line. Or you could put a pencil line through here and rub it out later. So that's the first thing we're going to do. On one side of the panel, which is your front facing, the large front, we're going to score it halfway, which we know half of a card is 10.5 centimeters. But you're only going to score down to that line we just made, so halfway. Okay, so that's the only score line you put on one side. Flip it around, and we're going to put some score lines over here. Now, the measurements I'm going to give you, don't panic, because I will put them on my post. This is what we call a 3-step. It's going to have 3 little steps. And the measurements are quite awful, to be honest. But it's because we work in centimetres, the imperial is not much better. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, don't panic. We can write these down later. So the very first score, we're only going to score to the halfway line, is 1.25 inches. So you can see that there. So just down to that line, 1.25. And then I'm going to get you to slide that over to the 2-inch line, like so. And down to there. Then we're going to slide it over. Now this is where it gets a bit ugly. 3 1/8. Or 8 centimeters. Depends. Some people work in, this is, yeah, just stepper cards are awful when it comes to measurements. So the next measurement is 4 3/8. Now if you don't know what an eighth is, these little lines here a 1/16 of an inch. The next one is an 1/8 of an inch. So it's the, how do I explain? It's the second longest line. So we're going to go to 4 3/8. So that's 1/8. 2/8 is obviously a quarter. And the next one is 3/8. So we're going to score that down to the line. And then we're going to go, we need to put our little arm out. We need to go to 6 1/8 of an inch, which is actually where the crease is. You can see it's right there. But if you're not 100% sure, you can get your ruler out and double check it. So if you're doing a 3-step stepper card, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 score lines along here. And 1 on this side. So the easiest way to think of stepper cards is 2 sides to the card. One side for the steps, one side for the main panel. Now, I will grab a pencil, which I have got one over here somewhere. Here it is. You will see the line that we did down the middle in the first score line is a crossroads there. And the very last score line we did, and the one we did through the middle, there's a little crossroads there. We need to cut from there to there. So pop it back into your trimmer. And this is, like I say, this is why this trimmer is so good. It gives you the exact, you know, spacings. So we put it back into the 3-inch because that's where we agreed to have this piece here at 3 inches. So just remember your original thought. And we're going to cut from that dot to that dot. So I like to put my blade in the middle of the 2 dots. I'll pull it, and you can quite clearly see there's a, I wonder if I should come down. Whee. You can see that there's a line on the side of the blade. We're going to line it up with that last score line. And then we're going to take that line up to that score line. Okay, and that's it. That's, now you can take it out of the trimmer and say goodbye to your trimmer. I'll just put that there because I need it. So that is what we call the standard stepper card. Now, if you want your steps on the left or right, it just depends which way you fold it round. It really doesn't matter. But I'm going to have them on this side. So your very first on the step, you always go down, so you're making a mountain. So that's called a mountain. Then a valley. Then a mountain. Don't worry about this bit bending over here. I'll put this camera back up again so you can see. Oops. Okay, so mountain, valley, mountain, valley, mountain. Now, if we've done this right, that one folds exactly where it should, which we have done so. Get your bone folder out, give it a good smudgy, woodgy, all the rest of it. And there is your stepper card. Okay, so you've got your 3 little steps. And then you just go ahead and decorate. Because we made that 3 inches, I know that my first layer is going to be 2 3/4 of an inch. And then I know that that's 10.5 centimeters or 4, what's 10.5? I always forget. 10.5 centimeters is 4 1/8. No, 4. Yeah, 4 1/8. So your next one's going to be 4 inches by 2 3/4 of an inch. But you just play with it. So obviously this is the 3-step one. And don't panic if you miss the instructions. You can watch the video again and again. And if you make a boo-boo, don't panic. You know, you can always, if you accidentally cut too far, just stick a piece of cardstock over there. It won't matter. Okay, you can always fix it. And then you've got your little 3 steps here. Now, I've made some samples of this particular stepper card. I'm going to show you a whole different lot. So the first one I did with 3 steps is here. So this is one that's been decorated. So you can see that 3 steps are there. And then there's my main panel. You can see that this one, I think I made this one, yeah, I did this one at 3 inches as well. And I've just decorated it like so. You can put a white panel in here to write your message, all right? And I've just done a little wibble bobble on some acetate, just a little bit of plastic there. So that's how easy they are to decorate. And you can just go for your Nelly with decorations, okay? I'll just see where I'm at with all my comments. Hello, Anne, Elaine Yule's out there. Oh, and Jones is out there, and Lorene. You guys are having such a cool time. Linda's out there. Denise Dickinson, hello. So there you go. So that's the first stepper card. So these ones can be quite tricky when it comes to measuring and cutting. So now I'm going to show you a cheats way. Okay. So we'll put that one over there. And we're going to do a cheats one. So I need my half a cardstock again. And this one, we are going to do I just got to remember now. This one is going to, I need a different piece of cardstock. This one is going to be 10.5 centimeters this way. I'm going to cut it. And it needs to be 8 inches, which is 20.4 centimeters. So basically 4 1/8 by 8 inches. So you're literally just removing that little bit there. So this is 8 inches by 4 1/8. Okay. We're going to do some fun scoring. I'll just put my little arm in. The first score is at 1 inch. So this is kind of like the cheaty weety way. Then 2 inches, 4 inches. I've gone off camera. There we go. I'll open out my arm. Then we're going to go to 6 inches and 7 inches. So this is really easy, this one. Okay. Pop that there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 score lines. And again, we always start with a mountain and a valley and a mountain and a valley and a mountain. It should look like that. Can you see that? It should look like that. So it's the 10.5 by 8. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. Right, it's not finished though. I'm going to show you the rest of it. Right, so you need another piece of cardstock. I just didn't grab enough, so I'll just grab another one because we might as well keep it in the same colour. So the next piece you need to cut is 2.5 inches by the length of the A4. So the standard length of the A4 cardstock, but at 2.5 inches this way. Okay, take that away. And you're going to score this halfway as if you were doing an A4. So you're going to score it at 14.9. Or basically just fold the jolly thing in half. Just fold it in half. I like to do scoring because it just gives you a better, what do you call it? A better fold. And at Finlay, your Happy Mail's on its way to you today. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I got sidetracked. Kim's out there watching. How are you? Evelyn. Okay, so this piece here, 2.5 by the length of an A4. You're going to get some glue. And you're going to put some glue across the bottom, like so. Before you would do this in real life, you will decorate these pieces. I'll show you in a minute. So let's pretend that's decorated. And then you're going to just glue that onto the front there, like so. Make sure it's level across the bottom. Make sure it's straight across there and give it a smudge. Then you're going to concertina this all up, like that. So close it all up. And we're going to do the same. We're going to glue that bit onto there. So just grab your adhesive. Put some sticky stuff over there. Fold that over. So we haven't had to do any silly side measurements or yada yada yada. We have just done that. And we have this super cute stepper card. It sits really nicely. You can put little decorations on the sides. There's a lot you can do with this. So, and that will fit in your all of the cards I'm showing you are in our C6 envelope. They will all fit in a standard C6 envelope. Okay, so that's that one there. Hello, Pam. How are you, chick? Oh, you got some Happy Mail, Joycelyn. Yay! So there you go. I'll show you some samples of this one decorated. So that's the template. So this one I've done in Granny Apple Green, and there's plenty of room on the back. You can put a white panel on the back to write your message. And then I've just done some simple decorating with some designer series paper and just cut out some black silhouettes, and it will sit nicely. I mean, obviously the camera's facing down, but it sits really nicely on someone's desk or mantelpiece. So that's one sample. I made 2 of these because I really love the easy quickness of this particular stepper card. And I wanted to showcase an alternative Christmas card. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, and using the new Fitting Florets DSP. I think it's actually called, what do they call the paper? Oh, yep, Fitting Florets. Yep, they called it that. So I really love this card. I was super stoked how it came out. I thought it's so cute. So yeah, what do you reckon of that one? Really easy, eh? And all I've done there is just put some matching cardstock on the inside. Very simple. Once again, plenty of room to write your message on the back, and it just sits so nicely. In loads of ways. And once again, folds flat, fits in a C6 envelope. So that's stepper card number 2. Now we're going to go back to another one that was similar to the first one, but easier. Because those, you've got to admit, where is it? Here we go. This first one we did, it's lovely, don't get me wrong, this is lovely, but if you're not used to working in 1/8 of an inches or point so many millimeters, this one can be a little daunting. So I'm going to show you an easy one now, because we like easy, don't we? Easy japs and easies. Okay, bring our trimmer in. About there, I might just put you back up again, hang on. You're going to grab another piece of A5, which is half an A4, so we've got 14.9 by 21 centimeters. Once again, you want to find a halfway mark of where you want your front panel and where you want your stepper. I'm going to go a little skinnier this time. I think my front panel can be 2 1/4 inches, just because I can, and I'll just lightly put a score line that you can just see there. Once again, the first score on your front panel is the halfway mark, which we know is 10.5 centimeters. So that's the only score line we put on that side of the card. So remember, we work in 2 sides. Turning it around, we're now going to score it at 3 centimeters. And you're going to come down to that score line we made. So 3 centimeters. Just check my measurements. Oh, I think I cut that wrong. Hang on, I just checked my measurements. Did I change that? Oh no, 21. No, you're right. So then 3 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and then you're going to go all the way to 13.5 centimeters. Okay, so this time, this is a little easier. 3, 6, 13.5. None of those 1/8 of an inches or what are that, blah, blah, blahs. And of course, we're going to cut a slice from this connection to this connection. So our first score line and our last score line, we're just going to cut down there. We know that this is 2 1/4, so pop it back in at 2 1/4. Bring your blade to the center of these dots, because we don't want to be cutting down here. And you're going to cut up to that first score line and then down to that last score line. Okay. So this one's pretty easy as well. Once again, we start with a mountain and a valley. Okay. And then that one there, oh, come back here, that fits there. So this is simpler, and the reason is because it's just a 2-step. We have lost that 3rd step. You can see the difference. That one has 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, whereas this one just has the 2, 1, 2. But it's so much easier to make. It doesn't sort of fry your brain too much. I'm just hoping I haven't missed any comments. I'm trying to catch everything. Yeah, easy's good, eh, Gayleen? I love easy. Good day, Irene. Hey, Donna. How's the UK, girl? Starting to cool off a bit. there you go. That's it. I'll show you a sample of this one. Over here, I have used, this was the paper from the tea set. You know, I had a cup of tea and that. And then, of course, these are the new frames from Fitting Florets. And then I just had some random die cuts. So, once again, loads of room on the back. But you could also put white in here and write your message inside. Hey, Josie, how are you? I hope you're well. Foggy in the morning, but not cold. Well, that's good. Don't want it too chilly, do we? So what do you think? That's a little bit easier. It's still one piece, but it's a little bit easier measurements than all that. But you, of course, sadly, you're only getting the 2-step, not the 3. Does that make sense, everybody? Does it make sense? Now, the other one I was going to show you, but I've actually just I've misplaced my directions. Where are they? Aha! I have got another one to show you, but I haven't made a sample. And I know you guys... Are you guys fried? Have I fried your brain? Oh, and got Happy Mail as well. Everybody got happy. Yeah, I sent it all out. I might just show you this template rather than make it. So this template, 10.5 centimetres across there. And you're going to trim the length of your A4 to 28 centimetres. Now, the reason we do this is without trimming it to a sort of even number, it's a nightmare. And that way, these scores are easy. 3, 6, 10, 14, 21. And that will give you a tall, skinny compared to a short, fat. You can see the height difference. It will still fit, so it still fits in your C6 envelope because it fits that way. Yes, definitely watch the replay. So this one here, I will post a picture of it, but once again, this is nice and tall, and you've got your 3 little steps. It's super easy because the numbers are easy. It's all metric, but you do trim the length of your A4 to 28 centimetres because, as you know, the full length of A4 is actually, if I can tell you this, open out my trimmer. Oh, so here's some A4. Yeah, 29.7 I think it is the full, might be 29.7. Yeah, so trim it down to 28 centimetres because then you'll just have the right. And what you do is you'll score it halfway, of course, is at 14. That'll be 14 there. And the good thing about this one is when you do the 14, actually I'll make it for you because I'm just confusing everybody. Right, 10.5 centimetres this way. Chop. Move that out of the way. And then we're going to trim it to 28 centimetres. Because this is a really nice one, this one. I ran out of time to make a sample for this one. Okay, so I've just chopped off a bit. So this is now 28 centimetres. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a little... You need to work out how wide you want this. So this one I've done 2 inches. Okay, so let's make it... We'll stick with 2 inches. So at 2 inches... I want you to put a light score, just a light score, just so you can see. It's a very light score. Turn it this way. And on one side, you're going to score it at 14, but you're going to go all the way through. All the way through. Okay? This side is going to be the panel, and this side is going to be our stepper. So we're going to flip it around. And this is where these measurements are super easy. So 3 centimetres, but we're only going down to that score line in the middle, okay? So yeah, I like to sort of start on the score and go up. So 3, 6, and then we're going to go 10. Where's that line? About there, 10. 14, which we've already done because we went right through. Next one's going to be 21 centimetres. Okay? And once again, we do a little mark from the first score that we did to the last score, and that's where we cut. So pop it back in your trimmer at the 2 inch, because we know that this was 2 inches. Pop your blade anywhere in between the 2 dots. Push it up to that last score line, and then drag it down to this score line. Okay. See how we cut between that dot and that dot? Put that trimmer away. And depending like which side you want your steps on, I'm going to put the steps on the left side this time. If I wanted them on the right side, I'd start that way. So I'm going to go left. So mountain, valley, mountain, valley. And if we've done it right, this one here will beautifully fold. So just like that. So this is a fun one because it's really easy measurements. And then you just decorate the heck out of it. And of course, if you're wanting to know how to decorate, all you do is measure that. We know is 2 inches. So my next width is going to be 1 3/4 inch. And then of course we measure this and we deduct either 1/2 centimetre or 1/4 inch depending on how you roll. And I will, so you can see. You can see, what have I done? I've just pushed something there. Glad Monday is a holiday, looks like. I forgot it's a holiday on Monday. Yeah, I'm going out on Monday, and now that's made sense why that thing is on Monday, because I thought, oh, it's a Monday, not many people will be there, but now I realise it's a public holiday. There'll be lots of people there. That's okay. So yeah, I've done the front panels on the left, front panels on the right, and it just... And if you didn't like it over there, you think, actually, no, I don't like my steps on the left. I want them on the right. Just open it up, turn it over, and reverse. Reverse the lines you've just done. Oh, that one needs to come that way. And just reverse what you've done. And it will just now, and now they're on the left, like the first one. How's that? Easy peasy Japsoneses. There is one more, but I have run out of time to do the tutorial. So as you know, Nikki sent me this gorgeous little stepper card, and that's kind of what started the conversation. And as you can see, she's glued on this attachment at the back here. Hers is a little different than mine. I noticed it only sort of stops there. I'll show you my version. Mine goes all the way down. Basically, you just get a card and you're scoring it. This is 1/2 an A4. And then it's the way I've scored it. And then you basically, where's those cards gone? Oh my goodness, where'd they go? I had them right here. Oh, I'm going potty, I swear. Oh, here they are. So just like this one, how we just glued a piece up and over, it's the same. You just glue this piece up and over like that. So really easy. Really, really easy. And that's how you get that simple. So once again, I made this one to showcase that new set. And of course I was back to working with that crumb cake black and white, which we did on Sunday. So what do you reckon? Which one's your favourite? Which one? To me, this is my favourite because it's easy. It's just 2 pieces up and down, whack it over, job's done. This is probably the most eye-catching, but it's also a pain in the bum with all the uneven measurements. And then of course this is cute because you've got your 2-step, super simple measurements, really easy. And then of course you've got this one here, which is a nice tall skinny one. Once again, super easy measurements. So just let me know what you're thinking. Hey Michelle. So yeah, that's where we're at. This is probably the favourite one I made all day, because I do love fussy cutting, as you know. And yeah, I really wanted to showcase this new set, and I think it's beautiful. But I really like this. I thought this one came out really well too. I'm embossing again. So nice to have my embossing right next to me. Something about gold embossing, isn't there? Right, I'm going to move all this away because we're going to draw out a winner for last week. I'm going to flip you over so you'll see my roof again. Okay. Oh gosh, I dropped everything. You've got a big shot of the head. So if you have any questions, now's the time. I'm just about to drop this out. I just knocked all the names out of the bin. So I'll just pick them up over here. So and then I'll move you away so that you're not looking in the head. Right. Oh, for goodness sake. Move that over there. That's better. Not so close, eh? Don't need to be up in my grill. Right, I'll grab the bin. Oh, pulled a muscle then. Oh, that hurt. Shouldn't have leaned over, should have got off my backside. The birthday card. Yeah, this is a nice. Oh, this one or the green one? I like them both. That says birthday. Yeah, wishes for a beautiful birthday. I really like that. And then this one here. Happy birthday. Green apple green's not a colour I use very often, so I was really pleased. But then again, I really like this one too. So lucky to call you friend. So there you go. Okay. We all good? Like all of them except for the Christmas one. Oh, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the candy canes either. I was given this paper. So yeah, not so great. Is the winning wheel coming back? No, it's not. I had the free version. And then they want to charge you for any upgrades. So I don't know what I've done. I've obviously downloaded the wrong app. And I haven't got round to downloading a better one. So yeah, I have just gone back to the good old pen and paper. Because that way I can quickly... and I use my iPad to see the comments. So I've got my phone here and my iPad's over there. So yeah, I'm kind of using both at the same time. But we do need Bart back, don't we, for the drum roll? Yeah, the crumb cake black and white one is really nice. Thank you, Gigi. Anfield's in the drawer. Gayleen's in the drawer. Elaine Newell and Kim is in the drawer. Because I tried to put Kim in on Sunday, but she didn't do anything. Nikki Jell, you're in the drawer. Thank you, Nikki. Your card inspired tonight. So well done. Then we have got Ann Tupp. We have got Helen B. Of course, if she wins, she gets to choose someone in New Zealand. Judy Oliver. Jenny Boardbell. Thank you, thank you. Who else have we got? Emily Mott, Jill Harvey, thank you so much. Barbara Sharp, Elaine Little, well done. Loved Elaine Little, she used the strawberry punch, very clever. Lynn Jacobson is in there as well, and Evelyn. Pam likes the green card. Yeah, I like the green card. It's not something I would normally do. And this DSP is on the back of the teacup set. So the paper sort of normally gets overlooked because, oh, here we go. So this is the front side of the paper, really pretty, and that's the back. So yeah, quite often people will use this side because it's super pretty, but I wanted something a bit generic just so I could have the black pop off the page. Thanks, Judy. I love them all too. Right, let's draw out a winner, and then we might just go on a little walk. Irene. Did you send me one, did you, and I not put it on? Shit. Sorry. I always forget Irene. It's okay. Irene. Good. She sends them to me, and sometimes I forget to put them on the page. Because, you know, I'm a bit shit. Hang on. Irene. Irene. She's in the drawer. Well done, Irene. Were you in there too, Gigi? Jesus, I must have missed. I read it twice. What did you want? Oh, you were bloody first, were you? Or was that the sketch challenge? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway. Gigi. Now, if you're not in here, oh dear, how sad, never mind. Right, everybody's in the drawer. Good luck, everybody. Hope you got your lucky knickers on. As you know, I'd love to give you all a prize, but tonight we can just give away the one, and it is going to be... Oh, got two, shake one off. It is Elaine Little with her strawberries. Congratulations, Elaine Little, yay! So I will get a prize out for you. What have I got in my stash? Ooh. I did hurt my back. Right, what do we got over here in my secret stash? Now, I know Elaine Little, sorry. She would probably appreciate some beautiful champagne rhinestones. There you go. They are for Elaine Little. God, get the right Elaine. Elaine Yule was on my brain because I sent out Happy Mail for her. Right, today. Elaine Little. Make sure I've got the right Elaine Little. That's going to you. So congratulations. Right, I'm just going to pop you out here. I'm going to go for a walk. As you can see, it's a lovely night outside. But has been so busy. So busy. So I'm going to come around and show you what he's been up to. So we had to go to Mitre 10, you see. We don't go there very often. So we went to Mitre 10 and we got this big ladder, which is freaking high. Would you like to demonstrate how it works there, boss? Is it safe? Please don't fall down.
Slippers and all.
Slippers and all. So slipper safe. Health and safety of you. Can you reach? Yay, he can finally reach. What was the height of our roof? 3.8 metres. Yep. So our roof is 3.8 metres. And the reason why is because he couldn't reach any further. So you can see we're pulling all the roof off. So slowly getting there. We've ordered all the ply. The Sparky's going to come back and take those god-awful lights out. And then we will be able to get going. So what do you think? It's getting exciting, isn't it? So yes, it's been a bit of a joke. Every day seems to start with a trip to Mitre 10 Gore. Today ended with a trip. We were at Mitre 10 Gore at 5 o'clock, and I felt like one of those awful people. But when we got there, it didn't close till 5:30, so I didn't feel so bad. So there you go. Isn't it exciting? I've got holes in my roof. So
Safety?
Safety? That's not a word you know.
2 pages of safety.
Oh, throw that in the bin. So there you go, ladies. That's where we're at, and it's lots of fun. Loads of fun destroying. Not so much fun putting it all back together. I'll just put you back in there. So yeah, congratulations to Elaine Yule. Far out, I did it again. Elaine Little. Elaine Yule and Annette's mail went out today. And Beth Herman, she got Happy Mail sent out today as well to say thank you for ordering with me. So yay. So there you go. Elaine Little, your gems are going to be on their way. Pardon me to you. So there you go. Yes, definitely a little loft. Not so much a mezzanine that you can stand up in, because we're going to go 2.4 metre high ceilings. So that only leaves about 1.4 metres high at the high peak. So we're actually just going to have like a little nook, and we're going to put some funky stuff up there. But only at one end. So the main part of the roof is still going to be like this. We're not doing a flat roof. So you're going to have a pitched roof, and all the plywood will run sort of along that way. Does that make sense? So we're not making it a seat, we're not lowering it, we're keeping it at that height. We've got a beautiful big wood burner coming that's going to, the chimney's going to go right up to the top peak. But look at getting a scaffolding unit. Well, we did look at it, but it's actually cheaper to hire it from the local hire centre, and it comes on wheels, and you can just wheel it in the door and wheel it out again. So yeah, we're going to hire one, because once we've done the ceiling, we won't need it again. Really good little hire centre here. So yeah. So yeah. Isn't that exciting? I don't think I have missed any comments. Do you have any questions? Once again, it's the usual. No, there weren't any spiders after Mr. Bart freaked out thinking there were spiders in there, but there wasn't. And we haven't come across any birds. We did hear birds up in this corner, but we think we've got them out, so that's quite good. Thank you, Glenda. Vaulted ceiling in Canada. I don't know what we call it. I think we just... I don't know. Vaulted sounds fat. I'm going to stick with that word. Glenda, can't wait to see you in Norway. I'm so close to talking Bart into coming with me. The only thing he's worried about is our dogs. He doesn't want to leave them, so I don't know what we're going to do there. So if anybody wants to spend 2 weeks in Matura for a holiday and house sit in May next year and babysit my dogs, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, but if pitched ceilings, thank you Gayleen, pitched, that's it. But vaulted sounds nice, and we're going to put like exposed beams because it's going to be ply. We're going for a lodge look, Right, have I waffled on for very long? Yes, I am 10 minutes overdue. Shame on me. Do you have any other questions before I go? Don't forget, if you want to know more about joining the Stampin' Up family, I'm always here to answer your questions. We've got a really good joining promotion going on at the moment. I go to Norway in May. We fly out probably about May 18th, 19th, and we get back 2 weeks later. Yeah, Judy Oliver and Lynn, yes, come down here. You can play in my craft room for 2 weeks. I will fill it up with supplies, and you can just play. Oh, plus you can do my lawns. So yeah, if hopefully we can sort something. So my doggos, because they wouldn't cope in a kennel. They're bloody saps. So yeah, they need to sort of stay in their own environment. So hopefully we can get a sitter. What else do I know? Joining promotion. Oh, later in the week I will announce my Fitting Florets DSP card class, which will be by mail, and you can join in on that. And so you're going to get to make 6 cards with the DSP, and you get the pack of DSP to continue making more. So yeah, apart from that, I don't know a heck of a lot. It's just exciting to be back in a proper room and have everything at my fingertips, and life is good. Life is so good. You are on, Fiona, by the sounds of it. Yeah, the living girls are going to come and crash. Come in with 2 king-size beds, big couch, and you can, like, there's that much room you can put bloody mattresses down in like a big Mariah styles. So there you go. Making a fuck. Oh, hey, Nikki. We were just complimenting you, actually, Nikki. Thanking you for sending me this card. It's kind of what inspired tonight's technique. So thanks, Nikki. Watch the replay and you can see all the other stepper cards that we made. Right, I'm going now. Bye, everybody. Ciao.